what I think the weakness is. I'm giving you the counter position of someone who's not convinced. And the reason I'm not convinced is I don't accept the original assumption. Yeah.
But it seems to me that you can't prove it either way.
I'm not trying to prove it. I'm saying I don't think they've proved their case. That's why I'm not. They think that this is true. I'm not telling you what I think is true, because I don't know what is true. But I know that they haven't proved their case because they've assumed what they're going to prove. That's all.
But on the other hand, you can't say that the people that believe that the body and soul are one can prove their case either. How would you be able to?
I haven't tried to prove that case. I just said that's what I think. That doesn't mean I'm not trying to convince you of that. All I'm trying to do is say that the other people haven't proved their case to me in terms of all these doctrines that spring from that. Because I can get to where they're going easy. Once I make the original assumption that the body and soul are separate, then I go, oh, well, the body's no good. Okay, so the things the body does are no good. Touching is not good. Eating is not good. Sex is not good. All these things, gluttony, all the 7 cardinal sins, all those things, they're all no good because they're part of the body activities, what Plato called the appetites. Plato was the originator of this kind of thinking in the Western world. Plato's not a philosopher, he's a religious thinker, and people don't sometimes realize that. And these words he puts in Socrates' mouth, though Socrates is a good lawyer, as I told you, and a good dialectician, he's not a good arguer. I mean, he is not a philosopher, he's arguing for religious ideas. The religious idea he's arguing is that the soul is imperishable, and that the body is basically evil. That's what Plato and Socrates are arguing. That's what Christianity basically is presenting you. That's what Hinduism basically is presenting you. But it isn't, you see, you're saying you haven't proven my case. No, I'm not trying. I don't have a religion. I'm not marketing anything in a religious way. They've marketed this worldwide throughout all history and made it look as if this is what you have to believe, and it's absolutely so. All I'm saying is that it's all based on a misassumption. They've assumed what they're trying to prove, that if you mortify the body, you're going to release the soul. Okay, I would agree that if you curb your bodily appetites, you might get some discipline in your life, and you might live a little longer, and you might be a healthier person, and that's a good thing. Moderation, not eating too much, not drinking too much, not copulating too much, not talking too much like I do, all kinds of, this might be good, you know, moderation and stuff like that, and it's a healthy thing, but it doesn't mean you're going to be immortal. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're the ones who make the claim, not me. So you say I haven't proved no. I don't say I haven't proved anything. I haven't been convinced by their claim because I don't think that their claim has any viability, logically speaking, because they've assumed what they've set out to prove. If they could prove this, if they could tell me that there is a body and soul that are different, if they could prove that, let's go. If they can prove that there is an immortal soul, let's go. Let's move. And they all, to me, this is all attempting to comfort people, which is fair enough. We live a short time. We have a rotten time, a lot of us. Many people get sick. They lose people that they love. They need comfort. They don't like to look at the bleak end of things. Look at the Egyptians. And by the way, I'm closer to the bleak end of things than you guys are. So I mean, I should be more worried about this than you guys are. You know, you guys got a long time before you're getting close to the bleak end. I'm lesser than you. I got more gray hairs than you. But the point of the matter is, look at the ancient Egyptians. What was their whole interest? Saving their souls, getting immortal. They were petrified of death. They built great pyramids. They did all this. They stored up all this stuff in these pyramids. They gave people all kinds of handbooks to get through the mess, the magic formulas after they died to go on to where they needed to get to survive. They laid it all out in, you know, hieroglyphics, huge efforts to preserve and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to say is that nobody's been immune from this since people began thinking. And I'm not saying you shouldn't follow what you think, but I'm just saying don't think you've proved it. Your situation is based on assuming what you set out to prove. And if we don't accept your basic premise, none of it follows. And that's what Whitman is saying. He doesn't accept their basic premise. Now, you may not say, you may not accept his. He doesn't accept that the soul and the body are different. And most people didn't ever have the courage to say that, that's all. He's one of the first, and he's a great American poet, so I like to read him to show there's another side sometimes of a person who doesn't believe that that is true. Anyway, I don't want to argue with you on it, I'm just saying that you can think about that, but I think it's important. I don't know if anyone ever told you in your life that there may not be a soul-body split. So if no one ever told you that, so that's a valuable lesson in a classroom to hear for a change, because everyone always tells you the opposite. So it's not bad that someone comes along and says, hey, wait a minute.